Hey lovelies, it's your girl Rochelle and thanks for tuning in. Today I will be sharing an example of how to do a zero-based budget for those who get paid every 2 weeks and want to use cash envelopes and sinking funds. Now for the month of June, I'm using the June budget tracker set by Megan over at Her Courage to Plan. Link will be in the description below if you want to use it. But for now, let's get into budgeting our June paycheck number 2. Cause we got paid early. So I'm so excited to come to you guys with the cash envelope breakdown first, since I know it's one of your favorite parts to see. And let me just zoom in so we can see what we're working with. Okay, so here's our cash envelope breakdown for the month of June once again. And this is for paycheck number 2. These are the categories that I'm going to be filling today. For the 52 week, it's $40. For tips, $20, gas, $20, miscellaneous, $20, and groceries, $80. And let me just calculate that and make sure that totals $180. Yep, that's $180. So we're good. I can fill that in. And guys, you know I always love to share what pens I'm using. So today I will be using pink and green and the Papermate Profile medium point pens and the Papermate Flare and medium point. So I'll just total this up to 180, and we've got all 20s. I'll just do that because guys, I had to use the ATM today. Okay, let's get started. So first up, let me move this to the side so we have room for the money. While I'm getting set up, let me know in the comments below what budgeting system you guys are using this month. You know what you should do? Use an emoji to describe how it's going so far this month. I'll do that too. I'll start it off in the comments below. All right, so let me just double check my cash. That's $180, and let's get right into it with the 52 week challenge. So the 52 week is going to get 40. And let's add that up. 50, 100, 120, 140, 60, 80, 220. So woo guys, I'm in the 200s. So let me just fill that in. I'll use a pink one. Let's see. I'm just using today's, I'm not going to use today's date. I'm going to use the pay date. So we are adding another 40, which is giving us $220. So let's see. Put that back in there. I think this is my favorite cash envelope so far. Next up is tips. Tips is just getting 20. And if you've watched my June budget video, I'm saving my $5 bills, and I'm actually going to put my ones to the side also because I want to do a savings challenge and save up all my 1s and 5s if at all possible. And so I am going to take these out, put that to the side, and add the 20, and I'll update it on my budget sheet. So we're minusing the 3 and we're adding a 20. It's giving us $30. I don't even know what I'm going to use that money for, but I just love having a reason to save some money. Okay. Next up is gas for $20. I apologize if the zoom is too far away for you guys to see it. But now we've got 20, 40, 60. So that's awesome. It's really building up. Awesome. Next up is miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is going to get 20 as well. And we're looking kind of thin here. I've got $6 left, so we're gonna put that to the side too. And so we're taking out 6 and we're adding 20. Next up is my groceries, and as you can see, it's empty. It's dry, y'all. So we're gonna add in, groceries gets the 80. So this should be the rest of it. 20, 40, 60, 80. Yes. Now we use Sam's Club Scan and Go. And so most of our grocery money is going to stay on our card, so we can do that. But I do also go to Walmart to pick up anything else we might not be able to get from Sam's. So that's where this comes in handy, because your girl was going off the deep end and just making blind purchases. No, no, no. So if you're not familiar with the cash envelope system, this cash envelope system helps to keep you honest, because once the money is gone, it's gone, and you don't have anything else to spend. And so that's what I love about it. But if you're good with your money and you start to develop good money habits, you will see these envelopes start to pile up, and it's very motivating. And last but not least, this is where I've been keeping my ones. I did have a 5 in here, but I ended up breaking it to use it to bless someone with something. So let's see what we have here now. Ooh, first we gotta turn it. It does not look right unless it's all facing the same way. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $11 we are up to. So I am happy with that. $11. Okay, so these are all my cash envelopes. They're starting to get a little thick, especially the ones, ones always do that. These are my cash envelopes, totaling $180 that I've added to. And now I want to update you guys on another thing. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let me move this to the side. And we have to do our change. This is how I'm able to have so many 1s and 5s left, because I always try to pay exact change. So let's see, we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 67 cents. And so I'm gonna add some more change to that. And I'll time lapse this part because it gets really good. Okay, so I realized last time that I did not update my 52-week challenge last payday. I was able to add another 50, so I'm going to divide up the $50 between week 8 and week 42, because I'm really trying to hit a lot of these larger ones so that I'll be able to move faster by the end of the year to catch up. So I will color those in. Okay, and now for this week I added $40, and let's see if I can come up with some numbers so that that can happen. $40, how about we do 25, 35, 40? How about we do 25 and 15? That looks good to me. 25 and 15, two kind of big numbers. Okay, so that's my 52-week challenge update. We're starting to fill it in. I'm aiming for halfway, to have this halfway filled in by September. And then I'm really going to hit it hard for the last 3 months of the year and try to fill this thing up, because I want to have some cash to spend at the end of the year. Now, here's another thing I did not update on camera for you guys last time. And so I want to do this. So first, let me update the Uber Lyft category. We added $10 less pay, equaling $52, and so that was probably like 6, 7, and so now we have 52. And then today for Uber Lyft, we're going to add another 10. Okay, so that's $62. Same thing for the family sinking fund. We didn't add the money from last pay, which was $10. And so that's going to give us $47. And then today we're going to add another 10. So if you are doing a zero-based budget, you want to try to, I'm going crooked. You want to try to stick to the same numbers every month if at all possible. I noticed that I've been adding $10 pretty frequently, and I like that. I like seeing the same numbers build up. So if you're not familiar with what sinking funds are long-term savings for small purchases, small or large purchases. Sinking funds are most likely reoccurring things that happen that you might pay for or use only annually or twice a year. And so they're really good for keeping you organized and having money set aside for specific things. So this category is for in case I ever have to pay for something for my family, I will have money set to the side to do that. And this is for transportation, Uber and Lyft, and I haven't had to use it in months, so I figure why not keep saving it anyway. Now, as far as sinking funds, I also have an electronic version of sinking funds. So these are sinking funds that I tell you guys about, but I've never shown how much I have in these categories. But today that all changes. So let me load up my online sinking funds and give you guys the totals before I add to them today. Let's use green. So first up in the health category, these are sinking funds that I use through Capital One 360. And so in the health account, I just started adding to this. It has $16.71. And then travel has $10. Have not added anything to travel, okay? Micah has $10. I also have $10. And Eva has $10. So I plan on adding to these a lot more often, but for now I just put $5 or $10 $5 or $10 a month to the side to add to these. But today we are going to add in what we did from last paycheck because I didn't show you guys. So let's see, health or medical is getting 20 per my last budget video. And so that's going to give me $36.71. Travel gets 5. And so that gives me $15. Mike gets $5 also. So that's another 15. 5 again for me. And that's 15. And last but not least, E gets 5, giving her $15. So that's my update for my electronic sinking funds. Okay, so now we come back to the paycheck budget. Now this is for paycheck number 2 for this coming Friday that we already got. We planned on bringing in $49.86, and here's the breakdown. It's pretty much the same. All the categories are pretty much the same. I'm really excited about our savings category because we plan on putting $3,000 in savings this pay, and we are really aiming to fully fund our emergency fund at least for 3 months this summer. So that's our focus now that this pandemic has happened and we've seen how bad things can really get. We want to make sure we have some serious funds to fall back on. So I added all of these categories up and I got $0. So what you want to do for a zero-based budget is always put in your income and then minus out any of the categories you plan on spending the money in, and it should always equal 0. If it doesn't, go back and find a job for that dollar. Now that we have the actual pay, I'm going to plug in these numbers and time lapse this for you guys to make sure that we end up at 0 again. Now, I will say that for the envelopes category, I only planned on adding $100 to my cash envelopes, but I wanted to add to these two also. So I pulled another $80 from out of my personal money because I just wanted to have more cash on hand. So let me get this time lapse for y'all. Okay, now I want to correct something I said earlier. I meant to say $40 will be taken from my personal money instead of $80, and that's just because I wanted to have some more cash on hand so I could fill all of my envelopes, cash envelopes, evenly every month. And so the other 40 goes to my 52-week challenge, but that was already budgeted in. So there were no changes to the giving category. This is actually the correct amount because we already put our money to the side for charity, blessings, donations, help, whatever you want to call it, in the last paycheck. But I just wanted to put something. And then this category pretty much stayed the same also. Savings stayed the same, thank goodness. Envelopes, we added the extra 20. And there is no shame in my game, y'all. I did make a 54-cent payment on my credit card, and that's just because I like even numbers. And I can't stand owing something like $100 on a penny. No, I'm gonna at least pay the penny. But anyway, let's get to the actual numbers. So our actual income did end up totaling $49.86, which hardly ever happens. But down to the penny, oops, $49.86. I have an error right there. Good thing I have my corrector pen. Let's correct that, because that would not be enough income for all these bills. Okay, and let's add in the $49.86. Apologies for the squeaking. Our giving was 100. Expenses $14.45.46. Savings did get the $31.40. Envelopes got $140. Extra debt got $200.54, leaving us with 0. Now I'm just assuming those numbers are right. It's time to plug all this in. Okay, so here's my filled in paycheck budget, guys. It's looking good. I have a zero-based budget. As you can see, our planned and actual stayed pretty much the same, and we have the zeros to know that we did it all right. Well, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Want to see more how to make your cash stretch? Well, then click and watch the video on the screen right now, and I'll see you lovelies in the next video. Peace.